All right, guys, welcome back to Persona 5. Last time I met in Persona 5, um, we won. We beat Kamoshida's palace, and now we're just waiting for the change of heart. So basically, I think this part really is just filler because the change of heart does. Because fortunately, Persona 5's deadline system, what it does is it accommodates for how long, depending on how long you've how do I word this? Um, Depends on how quickly you finish the palace. Because as we're about to see in a minute, the game's going to tell us that Kamoshida's not going into school or anything for some odd reason. Um, but it does say like if you had 10 days left as we do on the deadline, then it's going to wait 10 days for the actual change of heart because the change of heart happens the day of the end of the deadline. So really, that's all we're waiting for. So for the next 10 days, though, I'm basically just going to be doing normal Persona stuff, getting social stats up, which I already a max up, getting social confidant ranks up, stuff like that. So, don't fret. There will be some stuff happening in this part. Yeah, I got nothing. Yeah, this part. Yeah, this is really. Um, we don't got much today, huh? I mean, it's better than going to a palace because at least I can figure something out to talk about when it happens. Because if I remember correctly, the social links are confidants. I keep doing that. The confidants we have ready for like in terms of ranks up are Takumi the Doctor and Ryuji. Those are the only two we can really do anything with because Morgana is story driven. So is Igor's, and we won't. And on yes, we can talk to her after school, but she won't. We can't hang out with her because that's just we just can't. Nope. Here's a scene that tells us that Kamoshida hasn't been to school, isn't coming to school.
Well, yeah.
Oh, perfect timing. Study hall will be held instead of PE today. I'm letting you know just in case you haven't heard. Mr. Kamoshida has taken the day off.
He ain't here?
Don't tell anyone that you heard this from me. But we received word that Mr. Kamoshida is placing himself under suspension. It's such an important time before the tournament, too. Principal Kobayakawa went to talk to him about it, but he supposedly wasn't making any sense.
Wait, a suspension?
Not so loud! The talks about your expulsions may be put on hold, too. I don't know too much about it, though. Anyway, I've relayed what's going on to you.
Looks like something happened. At least it sounds different from a mental shutdown. I guess all we can do is wait.
Well then.
Yeah, so really all we can do is wait for Kamoshida's change of heart because we don't know because the game certification is we don't know if it happened. But it's pretty obvious that it did happen because, first dungeon would be a pretty awkward ending if it didn't happen. Yeah, this is going to be great. Why am I going to the back streets? Oh, I'm buying something. Oh, I'm buying the TV, am I? Yep, okay. So what the CRT TV does, I'm actually setting up for a few things. First up, there is a Sunday shopping channel that lets you buy items that you can only get there. And they're pretty nice items sometimes. They're not the worst items. What am I doing? Oh, I'm reading my schedule to make sure I'm doing the right things before I actually continue time. Because as I've mentioned before, you can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't involve passing time.
Oh, hey. Ah, come on.
Oh, I'm noticing that I don't have a chariot persona.
Hey.
Oh yeah. Okay. I know what this is. This is actually a couple weeks after I finished Kamoshida's palace in terms of taking the treasure. So I kind of forgot what my setup was like for personas, and I thought I was just making sure I had a chariot persona,
Whoa.
which I didn't. Oh yeah, this is those guys are former track team members, and they're all pissed at Ryuji because, well, Ryuji kind of did screw up their chances of having a team. But you know, what can you do? Oh, he said fuck. He said fuck. Ryuji didn't say it, though. Ryuji didn't say fuck. Ryuji's never going to say it. Yeah, actually, you can catch Ryuji saying it in non-voice dialogue. The voice actor himself never says it. So, you know, read the text and read the dialogue that occurs in dungeons with Ryuji in it. You'll find it eventually. I don't know why they didn't have the voice actor say it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the game is rated M for mature, but I guess I could talk about that, actually. Persona 5 Royal is actually getting a bit of censorship for us Western audiences. For those who don't know, Persona 5 has a scene later on in the game where Ryuji and Joker are hit on by these two homosexual guys, and Ryuji is chased off by them, and the guys chase him. And the next day, they just cut. You know, the next day, Ryuji just says, "I never want to do anything like that ever again," or something like that. That scene, or I don't know what other scene could be possibly censored. I think it has been confirmed that it's that scene specifically. That scene is actually censored in Royal for Western audiences, for the sake of it could come off as, well, to be honest, it kind of does come off as a little bit homophobic. I could see where it can lead to that. But people, specifically Persona 5 fans who've never played Persona 5, by the way, are reacting in such a negative way that they are refusing to buy Royal because of its censorship. And it's just, it's a 2-minute scene out of a 100+ hour game. So I don't see the problem with it being censored. In fact, I don't really care that it's censored. You know, games get censored all the time. It's just what happens. Sometimes they don't even tell you about the censorship. And I don't see why people are complaining at Atlas about it. I don't really. It's not like the end of the world to me. I mean, it's better that they decided to censor it than deal with a controversy later on about it. Because, you know, if that scene, I mean, then again,
What's wrong?
people would have. I'm surprised no one complained about the scene in the first time, but the fact that they're censoring it now may have made it come off a little more homophobic in the Western release.
As you can see, I'm pretty
So
busy, but
that's
it's
just
worth
what
paying
I
my
think is
price.
going on with that. I don't know.
Lend a hand.
I just think it's stupid that people are refusing to buy the game now because of a 2-minute scene. That's a little ridiculous.
Now we're talking.
Because you know,
Either way,
I'm buying Royal either way. I love this game, and I just think that Royal will be a great experience.
Not a bad trade, eh?
And I'm obviously going to buy Scramble too. Scramble's going to be great whenever that comes out in the West in like 20 years.
All right. Looks like we got ourselves a deal.
Oh, let's talk about what's going on the screen. We're actually starting Sojiro's Confidant. Sojiro's Confidant is actually a fairly interesting one in terms of progression. Now, I can progress it through normal means, you know, hanging out with him and stuff like that, but I can also make coffee and curry for him, and he'll taste it, and we'll get social link points towards it. However, after a certain rank, the social link kind of pauses until a later story point, and there is a reason for that. Because in later parts of the game, in later parts of the social link, it features a character named Futaba. And you know, Futaba, she's not even in the story by that point. So theoretically, you know, Sojiro's is a little affected by that. So that's really all it is. It's that just Futaba isn't part of the story yet, so they don't put her in the social link until she comes in.
All right.
I'll be counting on your help. See you later.
So yeah, that's really it. So Sojiro's Confidant, though, it actually gives me some pretty cool abilities. Since I'm playing a New Game Plus, though, I have the abilities right from the get-go, and it's Master Curry and Master Coffee. Basically, I can make the best coffee and the best curry on the first try, and it's so awesome. Was it today that had the Easter egg that I saw with Naoto and Goro Akechi? Okay, so this drink stand here, every week it gives you a different social stat. So this week is just charm, but next week it could be kindness or courage. I don't remember what it is. It gives you only 1 point, but you know, 1 point does make a bit of a difference, so, you know, try to get as many of those as you can. You know, go there every Sunday, pay a few hundred, pay some yen for it, then move on with your day. Oh. Yeah, we have a Velvet Room entrance in the real world.
Wait.
Oh yeah, now we're gonna go see some movie. We're gonna go see a movie. I believe this one increases my guts.
I'd hope that some slumdog brat wins so much prize money. It's just not.
Man, are you allowed to bring cats into movie theaters?
No, it wasn't cheating. It was destiny.
I was right, it was guts. Was it a Marvel movie? Is that why we stayed till the credits ended? We want to know if there's a post-credit scene or not. God, Marvel movies have gotten that habit in me now, where it's just I stay at movies to see if there's a post-credit scene. They've just gotten me into that habit, because you know you just never know. I've even done that for freaking Star Wars, which I would know for a fact doesn't have post-credit scenes. But you know, I hate post-credit scenes now because it's just like now they just know they're gonna be there. The credits are a lie. Especially after, because I watched the Sonic movie, and it's really good, but there's a post-credit scene in it, and I had to stay. I was like, there's got to be a post-credit scene. There's always a post-credit scene. I was right, though. There's a mid-credit scene. Okay, so we can go to Yungan Jaya at night. Only Yungan Jaya. You can't go to Central Street, unfortunately, which is fine, honestly.
Make sure your clothes up.
Yep.
And I do like how the books are related to each of the signature personas. And Morgana does comment on that. He said, like, pay attention to the greatness of Zoro. And it's like, shut up, Morgana. I'm surprised I haven't read the Arsene one, but I think I'm choosing what books I read in what order very particularly, I think. I think that's what my thing is doing. I think that's what my schedule was doing, because I don't think I get Arsene for a while.
Hey!
Yeah, so I already finished Zoro, because, you know.
Yep. Hey, hey!
What am I doing? Why am I sitting on the social stat? Thank you. Oh yeah, now we're learning about the nostalgic steak at the diner, because actually Persona 5 gives you a few places to study. And depending on where you study, you obviously get your knowledge up, but you can also get a second social stat up depending on where you study. If you study at home, in LeBlanc's cafe, you just get intelligence up, even more if it's raining. But if you study in the library, you get your intelligence up while also getting your guts up. And if you study at the diner, depending on what you order,
How about...
you get your knowledge up and another social stat up. Like, I believe nostalgic steak gives you kindness, and I don't remember what the other one, what the other dishes would do.
Exactly. Nice going.
They act so surprised whenever I get a question right. It's like, oh my god, this is the 50th question he's got right in class this week. My god, he must be really smart. It's like, dude, this is like the 20th time. Especially because we're actually having midterms come up for the first time. And depending on your knowledge level, you can get the top of your class. And you can get the top of the class, and when you do that, everyone still is surprised that you're getting questions right in class. It's like, guys, seriously?
Really?
So I believe the first thing I'm doing is going back to the library and trading for a different book. Which I'm assuming is about Carmen. No, wait, didn't I already do Carmen? I did. I know I did Captain Kidd. I did Captain Kidd's book. Oh my god, me! Oh my god. You have never seen someone make a beeline to Makoto. It is clear I have a bias. Oh, I am doing the Alluring Dancer. Okay. About to say, if he talks to her again... I gotta remember... I gotta figure out what date Makoto starts following me around. I never remember it. I think it's after you finish Madarame's Palace. Because at the time of this recording, I did record another session. And I got up to Madarame's... I got up to where Yusuke joins the party. But, I don't know if Makoto started following me around yet. I'm now like starting to look behind me after school every day.
Please head to the exam room.
He didn't drink it. He didn't drink it. The liquid was still in there.
What?
We're on a date. Oh, God, no. No. I swear I love Joker's dialogue prompts. They're so funny to me. Because it's just like, there's one later on that I really love that's just hilarious. Is Haru offers to pay for the coffee you're drinking with her.
By the way.
And one of the dialogue prompts is literally K, thanks, but it's literally K as in the letter K, and thanks is THX. And it's like, what? Why?
All right. All right.
Take care.
Ah, you're back. Hey.
Oh, so now we're learning about the bathhouse. So Monday and Thursdays are honestly your best days to go because it gives you more charm. But if you go on a rainy day, I think it gives you even more. So imagine a Monday on a rainy day. My God, the charm would blow up. Obviously, though, I don't have to use that. Oh God, that old guy is staring at me, and I mean in terms of real life. Like he's looking Like the eyes were following me.
All right.
Wanna head back?
Is that all? I think that's the part, right? I haven't saved yet, so I guess not.
Morning!
I should write something.
That's the end of the part. Assume. Yep, that's the end of the part. Okay, so I guess that's the end of this part. So the next time we meet in Persona 5, I really think the change of heart for Kamoshida is going to happen soon. Maybe 1 or 2 parts from now, but you know, we'll find out. So see you guys next time for Persona 5 and take care.